Always. Anytime, any day.
I am so happy to hear you say that. Don't you feel like it's one of those things that has like the most misconceptions about it?
Absolutely. Every single day someone asks a new question about sunscreen, it seems, so I'm always happy to talk about it.
So it's not just me. It's not just me
Definitely
constantly
not.
asking you.
Every person with skin wonders about it and has heard kind of varying ideas or, what SPF they should use, how they should use it, how much of it they should use. There's a lot to know.
There is a lot. There's a lot to unpack here with sunscreen. Well, what is interesting about it? I think so many people are like, what SPF should I even be using?
Sure.
Especially on my face.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most common question. A lot of times when people come in for consultations and I ask, do you wear a daily sunscreen? They respond with yes, which is fantastic. That's always what I want to hear.
Yeah.
But typically, a lot of times people will say that their sunscreen is in their makeup. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice option.
I've been guilty of that.
It's a baby step towards wearing sunscreen every day. When you think about it, if you have SPF in your makeup, it's typically around SPF 15 or 20.
Sure.
So yes, it's better than nothing, but really you get the most protection when you reach SPF 30. So SPF 30 is usually what I recommend to most people. When you get to SPF 30, that blocks about 97% of UVB rays from the sun, which are the burning rays.
Got it.
So 97%. As you climb closer up to SPF 50, you get more towards 98% UVB, which is really where we want to be. Anything higher than 50 doesn't necessarily promise more protection against those burning rays. So really anywhere between 30 and 50 is going to be your sweet spot.
So there's really no like 100% SPF.
There really isn't.
Yeah.
So even when you find SPF 100, which I think a lot of people who are pale like you and me, kind of
porcelain.
There you go. That's the nice way of putting it, not ghosty.
Right.
So I think a lot of more fair-toned people kind of reach towards the SPF 100, which by all means, please do so. But it is, I think, important to know that there's not really a distinction between something like an SPF 50 or an SPF 100.
So once you're at 30, you have pretty good coverage, and then as you work your way up into like 45 or even 50, that's really as high as you need to go.
Exactly, you got it.
And is there certain areas of your face where you should be applying sunscreen and other areas where you shouldn't, like places where the sun hits you more?
Thank you for this question. I would like to say, contrary to what Gwyneth Paltrow may have said recently.
Wait, I can't trust everything Gwyneth Paltrow tells me.
You guys, I wish we could.
Right.
She knows some stuff. This is, I think, a deficit on her part. You can't just put sunscreen on certain areas of your face.
Okay.
I understand, I think, the logic behind, if you've seen the video from Goop, she likes to apply sunscreen just on the high points of her face, on the tip of her nose, on her cheekbones, where the sun hits.
Where you would
break it to you.
Put highlighter,
Exactly. I hate to break it to you. Sun hits your entire face. So really make sure you have a fairly hefty amount of sunscreen on your entire face. Probably the most neglected area on the face is around the eyes, so definitely be mindful of that. And if you have a good sunscreen, even our IntelliShade that we have here, which is really excellent, nice and gentle.
I use it every day.
You would be both. It's not going to cause irritation. It's not going to give that kind of like stinging or burning sensation that I think a lot of kind of cheaper sunscreens might provide. You really can bring it all the way into the eye area, so up to the eye line, below your brows, making sure you really get the entire face.
That is so interesting. I have never actually brought sunscreen up higher, and now I'm going to. I'm absolutely going to start.
Yeah, because if you're someone who develops freckles, you probably notice that you have some freckles below your brows, maybe closer above your cheekbones. So anywhere you have skin, you can put sunscreen.
That's amazing. I do have just one other thing occurred to me as we were chatting. I've always heard like anywhere you put moisturizer on your face, you should also put it on your neck and like down to your chest. Is it the same way with SPF?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like
on
the
a daily
eyes
basis.
Absolutely. So just like the eyes are probably the most neglected part of the face, I would say, you know, neck and chest, people forget about all the time.
Right.
And really, neck and chest is kind of the first area to give you away age-wise. So really being mindful of, you know, not just sunscreen, but all of your skincare, really bringing it all the way down to the décolleté, for sure.
I'm really glad I asked that. That's another thing I've been neglecting. Yeah, this is why. This is why we chat.
We're all
Suzy.
guilty of it sometimes,
Yeah.
and it's a good reminder.
I know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. This has been very educational for me.
Wonderful.
I'm going to be changing up the way I do things.
Glad to hear it. Sunscreen every day, you guys.
Exactly.